Hi and welcome to My Quaint Cottage. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. I'm so glad you decided to stop in. So to prep this bed, I turned over the soil. There wasn't a whole lot in there. I added spent straw from the rabbitry, and then I added some of what was left over from last year's order of mushroom soil and topsoil mix. Now I'm going to put the trellises in and plant my cucumbers. This trellis goes together is you have two boards like this, and they have an indent, and you just fit them together like this, and then there's slots on the trellis itself that these fit into. I'm planting today are heirloom straight 8 cucumbers. I just picked these up at my local garden center. Usually I plant my own, but we didn't have a very good spring and I didn't get out here, so I'm just going to plant these. Is pretty much planted the way I want it to be planted. I will be adding some more cucumber plants to it, but I don't want to have to weed it anymore, so I'm going to just be adding this grass clippings to it as a mulch to try to keep the weeds down. Bed that I'm going to put some tomatoes in. The soil in this bed is really low, so I'm going to do the same thing I did in the last bed. I'm going to turn over the soil. I'm going to add some spent straw bedding from the rabbitry, and I'm going to add a load or two of mushroom compost, mushroom soil, and topsoil mix. The tomatoes that I'm putting in this bed are Mr. Stripey. I love this variety. I have saved seeds from these, and I usually start the seeds myself. They're really easy to grow. They taste lovely. I didn't have a chance to start any seed this year, so I just went to my garden center, and I was thrilled that they had the variety. I just picked up 2 of those Mr. Stripey, and then I'm also going to put in, it's called a yellow pear. It's an heirloom cherry tomato. I've never tried this variety. I can plant these together because I'm not planning on saving any seed this year, so I don't have to worry about keeping the seed pure. Because we have a really bad deer problem in this area, I'm going to use these old tomato cages to put around my tomatoes. They're not for the tomatoes to climb up, but more for the deer to stay out of. Some brandywines in the middle here and here, and maybe get another little cherry tomato to put right there. Okay, the next thing I'm going to plant is this spaghetti squash. It's an heirloom variety. He's looking kind of worse for the wear. I've had him for a while and haven't had a chance to put him outside, so he's looking pretty bad. And this is the bed that I'm going to put him in. It's already full of walking onions. This little guy needs 4 foot of space. This bed is 4 foot by 6 foot square, and there's 3 plants in here. So I'm honestly, this is all I'm going to plant in this space. Look at the size of this guy. That is huge. Our worms generally are not that big. Now you might be wondering why I did not take the walking onions out of that bed before I planted that spaghetti squash. And the reason, well, there's 2 reasons. The first reason is I didn't want to. And the second reason is I don't have to. That spaghetti squash is going to take a while to grow, and transplanting those walking onions is really unnecessary. The space isn't needed right at this exact moment, and it's time consuming. And I've got things I want to get into the garden, so I'm not really interested in moving anything around right now. You'll also notice that I didn't amend the soil to fill up that bed. Again, I didn't want to, I didn't need to. There's only 3 plants going in there. I don't know how heavy of feeders they are. This is the first year I'm growing them. I'm going to be just packing it with grass clippings every time we mow the grass anyway. So the soil in there is going to be amended as the grass decomposes, and as you could see by the size of that worm that I pulled out of there, it already is really good soil. Finally, I have a bed that I do not have to amend. You can see that the sides of that bed is kind of falling apart. I've been using those boards for a couple of years now, and when they start rotting on the bottom, I just flip them over so you can see the insect damage and the water damage to the boards. But that's okay because they're not treated, and that's what I expect from untreated wood. As far as the bed goes, I'm putting peppers in this bed. Here's a variety I've never tried before. These are sweet peppers. I have no idea how to say that. Shishito? I don't know. Those are sweet peppers. They looked interesting. I've never tried them. We're going to try those out. Next up, we have some orange bell peppers. These are also sweet peppers. I'm not worried about saving seeds on any of these, so as long as they're all sweet peppers, I should do fine. I also picked up some pimento sweet peppers. These are just part of the plants that I picked up at my local garden center. And last, we have gypsy. These are also a type of sweet pepper. I honestly don't know anything about any of these peppers. I've never grown any of them before, so it'll be quite interesting to see how they turn out. Each of these varieties says they're supposed to be planted 18 to 24 inches apart. This is again a 4 foot by 6 foot bed, so I could put 6 of them in here. I only have 4, so I'll probably stop by the garden center and pick up 2 more of a different variety just so that I have a lot of different things. I think I want to go with something that is really early maturing. This bed, I haven't done anything. I haven't turned it over. I haven't weeded it. Nothing. I think I'm just going to go ahead, turn it over, and throw these zucchini in here. So these zucchini are heirloom Black Beauty variety. I regularly grow these. I love these. Last year I only had 1 plant, and I had way more than enough that I could use. So there are 4 plants, well 3, the one doesn't look very good, and that one, and the other one has 3 plants in it, so I have 6 plants in this bed. And the last thing I want to plant today is strawberries, and I want to plant them in this bed. Can you even see that there is a raised bed there? It is so full of grass. There are some walking onions right here, but all the rest of this bed is grass. All right, there we go. I did find a bunch more walking onions. You can see them lining the inside of the bed. This bed is all ready to plant strawberries in. It's been amended and more soil added. I'm going to put in here this strawberry. It's called All-Star. I've got 3 pots of these. I am going to need more because when I bought them, I wasn't exactly sure where I was going to put them, but I've decided to put them here. So let's get to it. All right, well, that is all that I have time for today. I hope that you enjoyed gardening with me. And until next time, have a blessed day. Bye-bye.